I'm going to show you guys how we clean out our Chapin Xtreme sprayer efficiently, fast, and you have to keep these things clean. Do not keep sealer in this. It will gunk up. These things are expensive. They're $400 something, but they are easy to clean. You don't have to go through all these crazy steps, and I'm going to show you the fastest way. Okay, so I've got this thing cranked back up to 45 psi. I took my tip off, so I'm tipless here. I'm going to just put this thing right back in this sealer, and I'm just going to pull the trigger, and this stuff comes out of there like nobody's business. You can hear it's almost already out. That's how quick and easy. I mean, I probably had, I don't know, a quarter to a third of that left, even if it's halfway full. Don't try and spray it in there with that tip. It's going to take you forever. Just take the tip off, spray it down in there, and now I'm going to show you what else I do to clean this thing up really good. You do not want to leave the sealer in there and the residue. If you notice, I got 3 buckets here. We got our sealer, we got clean acetone, and this here is our sealer clean out. So what we do is I take and I pour a little bit of clean acetone on the top here, just to get any residue or anything that sealer may have got on there, any spray or anything I spilled on this lid. So I go ahead and just spray it, just dump a little bit up there. That's all you need. And then take your pressure off, and then take clean acetone and put in here and fill it up, you know, maybe to this bottom line, no more than that second line there, but I usually go somewhere in between the first line and the second line. And then I shake it up real good. I shake it back and forth, turn it upside down, swirl it around. And then what I do, because you can't, now that has sealer in with that acetone, is I just spray that same way I filled that sealer back up. I spray it in the sealer clean out, and this thing is clean and ready for the next time you want to use it. Okay, so I turned my PSI off. I pulled this right here, which drained any leftover air. You can see I loosened this top just a little bit, and I dumped a little bit of acetone in here, which is going to get anything, any residue, sealer residue off of that seal. Now, with that being said, it is a really good idea. I just opened this thing right out of the box, but it's really nice if you can take some Vaseline and put it around here and put it around your seals. It'll help keep it clean, and it won't. The main thing that wears out in these things is the seals. So if you can keep those seals clean, or keep some kind of lubricant like Vaseline on there, I would not put like black grease, but that will help. So you can see that stuff kind of bubbling, and it's working its way down in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my top off. I'm going to dump the rest of that acetone in there, which wasn't very much. You can see probably down about that first line, I would say I got an inch and a half of acetone in there. So now I'm going to take my top, put it back on, push this down. You want to make sure that you tighten this first, and then tighten this down. If you leave this loose and tighten this down, it's going to leak. So make sure and turn that all the way over to the right, righty-tighty, and then twist this down. And this thing has like notches in it. See that? So it'll hook here. So you can hook it and then twist it right, and you want to firm it down pretty good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this thing back on, and I'm going to turn my PSI back up. I know this thing's upside down, but I think you guys get it. Let it run and fill up. And if you notice, I put my tip back on here, right? I got to make sure that tip gets clean. So one of the things I do is I go ahead and dip it down into this sealer clean out, which is mostly acetone, and it's just so little of sealer that it's not going to do anything to gunk it up. But I like to swirl it around and get it all out of there. Some guys will actually take and get like a little metal cork can, a little metal one with a lid, and put acetone or even xylene in there. Xylene works fine too, and they'll put a little xylene in there and then drop all their tips in. I used to do that, but it's just one more thing you got to remember or worry about your guys forgetting. And I'm gonna go ahead and spray this stuff out, keeping it down in there. So I still got my sealer sprayer and tip down in there, and I still have a little bit of acetone in here. So I'm gonna shake this thing up. I'm gonna turn it, roll it around both sides, get any sealer residue off of there. All right, and this thing is clean. So you can get this down to where literally you get a clean sprayer efficiently in about 5 minutes. And you know this is clean. You don't have to worry about putting funnels on there and pouring it back in out of the top, which makes a mess around this whole lid. It's just a fast way of doing it. I know that my tip is cleaned out. There's nothing in there. I ran plenty of acetone in there, and I soaked it in that acetone there. And that's pretty much it. Now, one more thing I could tell you is that some guys like to put like to run liquid release in here. They say that it lubricates all the hoses, and I've done that before. I haven't done it consistently to really tell. I've just kind of come to the realization that once a year I've got to buy a new one of these. We're blessed if we don't have to do it twice a year, and we try our best to take care of them. But you can buy parts for these things, which we have, you know, these parts in the shop because sometimes they want to strip out in here. And we have seals and all kind of stuff in a box that is just a sealer sprayer or part box kit. And so, but yeah, that's a fast way to clean your sprayer. You know it's clean, and put it up for the next time it's ready to go.